Good morning. It is a bright and early 8:30, so no, about 8:25. And we are rolling out. As forecast, the rain came pouring down about midnight. Poured for hours. Brought the water supply up here nicely. I had to dredge last night. Today I was able to fill a bag. I think we go back out here on the road for a while. But as always, we'll look for triangles. The signage here has become a little bit confusing. They used red triangles to come out to this shelter, but I don't think this is the actual trail. And as I mentioned yesterday, they've changed the pattern and started using the sign that has a man and a pine tree randomly. Previously, that always meant go into the woods here. But I've seen it on road corners here, trying to tell you this is the trail, basically. So, yeah, no rhyme or reason. Here's our little water source from last night. Last night I had to dredge, use the Ziploc bag to fill the dirty bag. Today I was able to just put my bag in there and fill it up. Carrying a little extra water up this giant climb this morning. I don't know how giant it is. Hundreds of meters, hundreds of feet. It's something. Alright. So, didn't notice it last night, but this sign is double-sided. So that adds to our theory that we keep going up this road. It's definitely a trail for kind of figuring it out as you go. And you don't want to get too confident. Look for the triangles, is my advice. Triangles are your friends. But yeah, the shelter sign facing this way implies somebody would be coming down this hill. Give me a triangle. Well, I think I see one on a tree up there. Oh. Sorry if I'm making noises. I'm dealing with a bit of an ingrown toenail issue. We've reached the critical stage where it needs to be lifted over the remaining toe. There's a cutting issue before the trip. It's been a minor issue all along. But I say we've reached a critical stage now. I resolved all those issues so long ago that I forgot not to cut that one too short. Huh. Yeah. That's where we were. This is where we're going. This road seems to have died rather suddenly. It was a pretty serious road. It just seems to end there. Yeah, I don't know if we'll take a road up or a trail up. We'll just have to see what happens here, I guess. I was thinking it was going to be a road. It's a straight line. It just goes straight up there to the top of the ridge. Boy, that trail coming down yesterday was a straight line down. That was a little scary. It's just a ramp, but gravity's not your friend. A little ramp, gravity's nice. That much ramp, gravity's scary. Let's see how wet it's gonna be out here. Well, don't know what we'll find here, but I would imagine once we get up to the top, it may be pretty again. It sure was yesterday. All right, I'm gonna do battle with this wet grass. Hey, if you're coming down the trail from over there and you're wondering where to go here because there's no signs, the trail's down there. There's no indicator until you get off into the woods a ways, past those shrubs. There's a sign on a tree. Yeah. That's kind of cruel. Thankfully, I decided to look up here and I see a sign and I'm like, okay, I know where I'm going. But boy, if you were going the other way, you're on your own. I don't know. I guess you'd find it with the GPS if you had the Avenza map. But it just seems kind of cruel. Yeah, I would have been willing to take a road to the top of the mountain, but I don't think we've actually gotten to the climb yet. We're just riding these little hills on our way up the ridge. I don't know, maybe it's not really climb, maybe it's just gentle slope. All right, let's see you up there somewhere. Well, I think we found the border, but I don't want to call that a trail. That's just a sea of ferns. And they're big ferns. Like they got giant stalks, like trees. That's gonna be a tough day. Oh, you know what Sam would say? It's nothing for it. Well, let me see what happens. Well, that's just been brutal out there. I happened to stop there because I broke out of the ferns and hobbled for a second. And through the trees I saw this. And then I saw another one. Well, yeah. You'd never notice that. This trail is really something. You're just kind of on your own. Good luck. I was hoping I could find some place to get off of those ferns for a little bit. It's really hard walking out there. You can't see your feet. It's a jumble of rocks and logs and swamp. But you can't see your feet, so you don't know which one you're getting on each step. And sometimes you think you've stepped and then you move some more. But I think we're approaching the top of this lump. It's a day full of these lumps. We're just going to follow this border trail for a while and it hits all the lumps.
The second half of the day, we'll go down steeply and then be level for a few miles. I think we're going to camp on the Arnold River tonight. Well, if I can see anything, I'll show you. But I just wanted to show you how challenging it is to follow this trail, because it's not beginner level. You gotta be very patient and really looking around. I can't believe I haven't gotten lost yet. I hate to jinx myself, but sort of seems like trail. Could be trail. It's not officially trail until we see a triangle. This is why it's so slow, because you can't go anywhere with confidence. I am not seeing any triangles. Oh, pardon me. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe we're headed back out there. I think there would have been a triangle. This was a trail. I think. Yeah. I don't see any. I'm gonna go back up there. Well, if you're watching this video, oh hey, there's a triangle. Huh. I don't know if that's a trail, but I definitely see a triangle there. It doesn't look like a trail. Does that look like a trail to you? I don't know what to tell you. Alright, I'm going to put you away while I figure this out. On top of a lump. Ooh, I'm trying not to fall off the lump. Yeah! That could get wet if that cloud hits us. It's nice to be out of the shrubberies from. That was the trail, if you want to call it that. It's just a pile of rocks and logs. I'm afraid the whole day is going to be like this. It's just over there, a few kilometers, whatever the hell that is. We'll be there. I'm gonna keep lying to myself. That's gonna be the key, I think. That and not walking with the camera in my hand, because yeah, this is unstable surface. All right, forward. Yeah, we're making no progress at all. Now it's raining. I don't know what to tell you. There are no other options but to keep doing this, but we're making no progress. We haven't covered a kilometer probably in the last half hour. We stormed right up here, but once we got up here, we've just stopped. And we've got a long ways to go. It's not long, it's just at this rate, it's gonna take us all day. I don't know. Just gotta keep going. I was just thinking how happy I am that I didn't bring anybody else out here, because I don't think anybody else could do this. You have to be really crazy to do something like this. Alright. Well, that's one of the scarier things I've done in my life. Coming down that cliff in the rain. Wow. I guess it's gonna rain now. It seems like shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah, I don't know if it's just salt blocks or the pink things or something else. There's a lot of these hunting stands along the border trail. I think in some places they lease out the land. The hunters have rights to it. Oh wow. I don't speak French, but it seemed like the signs were announcing who held the lease. We had trail for a little while, but it seems to be gone now. Whoa! Yeah, that's not trail. That's what makes it so exciting, because you have no idea what you're walking on. And I don't mean that's exciting like in a good way. I mean like, it really sucks. But it's what we're doing today. Looks like it might rain. I don't think the heavy stuff's gonna come down for quite a while though. Woo! We found this beautiful trail. It's going so much faster now. We covered that last kilometer in probably 20 minutes. At that marker, we had 2 more K to do up here on the ridge. And then I think we'll take a real trail down. I don't ask much. This is a really good trail compared to that other crap. And that cliff, oh my God. Coming down that cliff in the rain. I'm wearing plastic pants. I know if I start sliding down that cliff, I'm gonna keep bouncing and sliding. I seen a video of a guy slide off a mountain once. Oh man. Thankfully, he had 3 or 4 guys to take care of him while they waited for the helicopter to come, because once you start sliding down a mountain, you're done. You're gonna hit something and a lot of shit's gonna break. They kept him alive. I was impressed. But But it's the sort of thing you want to keep in mind when you're going down a cliff. Don't fall here. You don't want to fall anywhere, but you really don't want to fall off the cliff. I was scared. But I didn't freeze up. That's the key. You got to be scared enough to be respectful of gravity, but not so scared you can't move. When that happens, then you got trouble. Especially if you're alone. If you've got a partner, they can get you moving again. But when you're alone and the fear takes you and you can't move, you can't move. All you can do is just cling to whatever you're hanging on to. Oh man. I used to climb stuff when I was a young man. I was stupid. I got stuck a few times. Had to work up the courage to get down. Whew. Well, we walked right up to the top of whatever that is. These little lumps don't have names on my map. Alright, I better turn this off. Well, I don't know what we're looking at, but it's pretty. It looks like we're gonna go down. Somewhere here we're gonna hang a left. But I don't know if we'll go up that next lump first. I don't think we have to go that far today. I think that's tomorrow's mountain. I hope that's tomorrow's mountain. We're supposed to go down here somewhere, go down, and then follow a river. And I bet that's our trail up to the top of the mountain tomorrow. Something out there. I don't know where I'm going. It's pretty though. I don't know. We'll keep. Well, I know we focus on trying to stay positive, but gosh darn it. That's like a half a mile of swamp with red triangles through it. No trail whatsoever. Never anything that ever was a trail. Somebody just put red triangles up through a swamp and said, oh, let's see if we can lure them in there. They've done everything else we told them to do. Wow, that's just insane. Deep grass, ankle deep water. Pretty sure the road is right over there. They didn't have to do any of that. That was one of those that was done for sport. It reminds me of some places on the long trail. I swear the locals know the ways to go around the spots, and they just make the trail go to places. So the people who don't know better will go that way. Because whoa, yeah. All right, well, apparently it's gonna try to kill me no matter what I do, but wow. I thought we were making pretty good time once we got off that ridge, but then shit like this. That swamp definitely slowed me down there for a while. Because every step I don't know how deep I'm gonna go in. I can't see my feet. I know they're underwater, but I don't know if I'm gonna go in up to my knees or my neck. Well, I don't know. I really don't have the strength to properly bitch about this. Maybe I'll bitch about it more later. Oh. Beautiful day in the forest. Boy, it poured for a while there. I ran into what I'm guessing is a father and son out for a drive in the forest. They didn't speak English, and I don't really speak French. So. But it's busy days. I mean, I saw a human yesterday. Today I saw 2 humans and a car. So, who knows what tomorrow might bring. Alright, I'll see you later under happier circumstances, I'm sure. Well, hopefully this trail is a better trail than the last one. Thankfully, I noticed a sign that it had enough French words that I recognized that I realized they wanted me to register. I started filling out a registration form, and the guy knocked on the window, told me, no, that's for when there's nobody here. Come on in. So I paid fees to enter the park. Oh, let's see how slippery those are. And to camp for 2 nights. And it was, I think he said $27. Something like that. It was $11 a night for camping. $6 to come in the park. I imagine I knew that at some point. I didn't remember that at all. I should have done a little more research on this trail. I probably wouldn't have come. No, it's fine. They could use some chicken wire on these boards, though. Just saying, once you've had chicken wire on your boards, it's hard to go back. So we've got about 5 kilometers. Hopefully at some point it won't be all roots, but it's really hard to make any time on wet roots. I guess we'll have to see. If it gets better or if it gets worse. But yes, we are camping. Rivière Arnaud. And I wish I was in the hammock, but from the looks of the tent site over here, it looks pretty scroungy. So I'm glad we're not camping here. Maybe there was something pretty back in the woods, but from what I could see, it just looked like a swamp. Everything looks like a swamp right now. Alright, I'm gonna have to try to see if I can do battle with these roots. Apparently this is the whole trail. Well, I know we focused on trying to stay positive, but gosh darn it. That's like a half a mile of swamp with red triangles through it. No trail whatsoever. Never anything that ever was a trail. Somebody just put red triangles up through a swamp and said, well, let's see if we can lure them in there. They've done everything else we told them to do. Wow, that's just insane. Deep grass, ankle deep water. Pretty sure the road is right over there. They didn't have to do any of that. That was one of those that was done for sport. It reminds me of some places on the long trail. I swear the locals know the ways to go around the spots, and they just make the trail go to places. So the people who don't know better will go that way. Because whoa, yeah. All right, well, apparently it's gonna try to kill me no matter what I do, but wow. I thought we were making pretty good time once we got off that ridge, but then shit like this, that swamp definitely slowed me down there for a while. Because every step I don't know how deep I'm going to go in. I can't see my feet. I know they're underwater, but I don't know if I'm going to go in up to my knees or my neck. Well, I don't know. I really don't have the strength to properly bitch about this. Maybe I'll bitch about it more later. Oh. Beautiful day in the forest. Boy, it poured for a while there. I ran into what I'm guessing is a father and son out for a drive in the forest. They didn't speak English, and I don't really speak French. So. But it's busy days. I mean, I saw a human yesterday. Today I saw 2 humans and a car. So. Who knows what tomorrow might bring. Alright, I'll see you later under happier circumstances. Well, hopefully this trail is a better trail than the last one. Thankfully, I noticed a sign that it had enough French words that I recognized that I realized they wanted me to register. Started filling out a registration form, and the guy knocked on the window, told me, no, that's for when there's nobody here, come on in. So I paid fees to enter the park. Oh, let's see how slippery those are. And to camp for 2 nights. And it was, I think he said $27. Something like that. With $11 a night for camping. $6 to come in the park. I imagine I knew that at some point. I didn't remember that at all. I should have done a little more research on this trail. I probably wouldn't have come. No, it's fine. They could use some chicken wire on these boards, though. Just saying, once you've had chicken wire on your boards, it's hard to go back. So we've got about... It's not the best trail, but it's a trail. Amazing number of blowdowns. A lot of swampy bits, wet roots, mud pits, slippery rocks. But it's still so much better than that swamp. Because that was just wrong. And, you know, there was that cliff I was trying to get down earlier today. I'm pretty glad I won't be doing that again for a while. The guy at the registration office asked if this was my first visit. I said yes, and my last. But I don't know. If I decide to double up the loops, do last year's loop and this year's loop as a figure 8 next year, I'd have to come back here. I'm not sure I can do that. Knowing what I know now, I'm not sure I could make myself do that. I was talking about maybe taking the summer off, spending it with my wife. I guess that's an option, but I don't know, once I did that, I'm not sure I could pick up where I left off. We learned an awful lot last year that has come in handy on this trip. And I think we've learned some new things this year. New levels of bravery. Because that cliff was really scary. No, the other day when I was on top of that mountain and I realized just how in the middle of nowhere I was. I don't think you're supposed to stop really and think about that. It's great to appreciate where you are and everything, but there's a little too much awareness. Those are not my socks. It's actual mud. My boots are wet, but they're not sloppy. Those pants really saved the day. 3 ounces. $50 or something. Well, that was an interesting little water crossing. I don't think that's beaver created. I think it's just a debris flow. Not really sure. It worked. There was a detour. I started to take the detour, but the detour looked really scroungy and not very well marked. So I decided to take a chance and see if I could get through here. And I thought we were past all the trouble points because I figured we're getting really close to the campsite. And then I saw that and I was like, oh shit. I'd have to swim for it. But we made it. I don't want to say dry feet, that would be the wrong term, but I didn't have to swim. Hopefully we're getting close to this campsite. I've been ready to camp for quite a while. But I don't need to. Or just oh, I want to set up my hammock. Dry feet, hot soup. Alright, we'll be there soon.
Welcome to my world. The food has exploded out of the can. We've already had soup. It's threatening to be cold. Oh, and sleepy. It's like 6 o'clock. I'm ready for bed. I had to remind myself that I still had to have dinner. That's why I put the kettle on. But, yeah, everything's exploded. I've got dirty laundry on one side, really bad laundry on the other side. I don't think any of it's drying, but doing what I can. Anyway, hi. This is probably good night, so traditionally I show up on camera. But yeah, I had to break out some insulation. I put on my camping pants tonight. I've been camping in shorts the whole time. But I think, yeah, it's already kind of chilly. I'm thinking by morning it's going to get chilly. The forecast says 44. I don't know. Doesn't really matter what the forecast says or what the thermometer says. When you're cold, you're cold. Figured I'd need pants in the morning. Not sure what to do about socks. That swamp walk wasn't kind to my feet, that's for sure. The whole day was not kind to my feet. They really hurt. Oh, my water's boiling. I gotta go. This was day 20, in case you're wondering. And we're still alive. No, I've got a plan. I've got an exit strategy. I know where we're going tomorrow. Tomorrow may have fabulous views. The sun may come out. I mean, a lot of things could happen, right? No, really. No, last I heard, tomorrow the sun's gonna come out. It's gonna be a nice cool day. So it should be, and breezy. So it should be good for climbing. And then we're gonna take the backside of the mountain down instead of following the border trail. Alright, my water's boiling. I'm wasting fuel here. I gotta go. Day 20. Night night. But dinner first.
Bonus footage.
Wrapping up final details before that. I've determined that I'll be climbing that mountain in wet socks tomorrow. There's no other option. My boots are actually pretty dry. But yeah, my socks are wet. But look at the pretty clouds. It's the Rivière Arnaud that you can hear there. Yeah, well, I'm gonna stand here and look at this for a while, but I know you've probably got better things to do. Yeah, what better could there be? Night night. I think I mean it this time. Wait, is that a sunset? No. It's really early. I don't think the sun's setting yet. But I am. Right?